Although it may feel sort of impossible right now, you really can get over your social anxiety. Remember, you've learned that anxiety is a natural reaction to a threat. And this comes from our past where people lived in a dangerous world and needed to be able to react quickly to danger. There's often no real threat in modern life, but that anxiety still happens when a situation seems threatening. Well, what is a threatening situation to one person with social anxiety may be a manageable situation to another, but you can learn to get over social anxiety by first accepting your reactions are actually healthy and normal. Some people say snap out of it to social anxiety sufferers, and this approach is just not helpful. Um, People feel that a person suffering with social anxiety can simply just get over it. Now, people with social anxiety, they can have huge problems trying to communicate to someone else what their feelings of anxiety are. Maybe, some people have no raised anxiety levels and think that your thinking is abnormal. This isn't really the case. Abnormal isn't the right word for it. If you've suffered for a long time, you may simply feel that you can't get past these thoughts. Social anxiety keeps you from fully enjoying your life. I've lived through it myself, and stepping out of your comfort zone, it's going to be uncomfortable, but with the small steps I'm going to give you, it's certainly going to be possible and realistic. Your natural reaction when a threat occurs is registered where the body speeds up for the fight or flight response. And, essentially your body tells you to run like hell. And this is to keep you safe in the face of danger. And it feels awful if it's unexpected. Now, your natural reaction is not to then return to the situation or thing that caused the anxiety. So, your feelings are actually kind of normal. You can get over social anxiety by understanding your reactions and start to return to the situations rationally in your mind. You start small. This in itself is a massive challenge to a person with social anxiety. Sufferers of this problem, they don't even like to think about these situations. So remind yourself of the reaction being normal, and it's going to help you feel less embarrassed about social anxiety. Because that's, your ego can be a huge hurdle to overcome when you're trying to sort of move past this problem. The majority of people with social anxiety, they've designed their own coping mechanisms without even realizing it. Now, here's an example I'm going to give you where there's a middle-aged woman who is just the most thoughtful, caring person you could ever hope to meet. If she heard it was your birthday, she would make a note of it in her diary to remember it next year. You'd likely receive a cake and a card, possibly even a gift. She may even decorate your house with banners and, balloons. She sounds amazing, right? But she suffers from social anxiety and troubled for years with not feeling like she had any real friends. She'll overcompensate and try to win friends through gestures. And a lot of times this can be unknowing to the person suffering with the problem. But this doesn't really work because although her friends saw her as thoughtful, they sort of accepted that this was her normal standard. When it came around to her birthday, she would just feel miserable, when she wouldn't get the same sort of reception back. Uh, you know, the annual cycle of this, it ground her down. In this example, it ground her down to a breaking point. You can fill in your own example here, but to get over your social anxiety, you have to understand that this reciprocation, this level of expectation, there needs to be some wiggle room for you, because your anxiety a lot of times is driving your actions, whereas other people who don't suffer from this anxiety, their actions are sort of measured differently. Another very, very important part of this healing process, really the first part of this healing process, is accepting that you have a problem. And it's not a weakness to have a problem. It's actually a strength to stand up and accept that there's something that needs addressing in your life. And by doing this, you'll come out stronger and more self-affirmed. You can turn your life around and get over social anxiety. You already have the power in your hands, really. Having social anxiety, it's not your fault. It's nothing that you've done wrong. It's the effect of your core beliefs and how they formed your automatic thoughts. But you do have the strength inside to move past this. And it starts with recognizing your automatic thinking. So you need to realize whatever situation you're in, the immediate thoughts that jump into your mind may not be healthy or relevant. They may be negative, automatic thoughts or unhelpful thinking. So imagine this, you're walking down the street, it's a nice day and you're out for a walk, and you see someone across the street that you recognize, you smile, you wave, maybe you even have the courage to shout out hello, and this person ignores you and carries on walking. So your response might be that they don't like you anymore, they're ignoring you on purpose, but this isn't necessarily the case. More balanced thinking might say it's more likely that the person across the street didn't see you properly. Maybe they were in deep thought or in a rush. But by pondering these other possibilities, your anxiety would be reduced. You don't know what that other person's thinking. And to get over social anxiety, you need to understand this. Thinking too much is oftentimes not helpful. You need to learn to let go of things. And when negative thoughts come into your mind, you need to ask yourself, are these thoughts helpful to me? Can I learn anything by thinking about this stuff? Or am I better to simply let it go? I used to mull over every moment in my day until my head felt like it was spinning. And to get rid of social anxiety, allowing thoughts to simply be let go is a healthy approach. And remember, I talked about not listening to the muttering bird caged up inside. And I talk about this, I use this muttering bird analogy in other videos. It's not helpful. By analyzing less, you're going to find it becomes more of a habit. Overthinking, it's not helpful for you when these thoughts are negative. I really want you to sign up for my free video series at socialanxietyfix.com because I think it's going to do you a lot of good. My free video series at the site, it gives you practical step-by-step exercises that really just hold your hand through overcoming this problem. And these are strategies that can be implemented as soon as you're done watching the video. And you actually can sort of see and feel these tangible results from the moment you start implementing these strategies. So go ahead and check out socialanxietyfix.com right now. Definitely watch that free video series, and I'll see you on the other side. Take care. Bye.